There's a battle happening every single day, and the battlefield isn't in some distant place. It's in your mind. It's in your phone, your emails, your social media feeds. Every second, something is trying to steal your focus. And here's the truth: distractions are your biggest enemy. They don't just waste your time, they steal your future. We live in a world that profits from your inattention. Businesses compete for your time. Apps are designed to keep you scrolling. Every notification, every ad, every clickbait headline is engineered to hook you. And if you don't fight back, you'll lose. But here's the good news: you have a choice. You can either let distractions control you, or you can take control of your focus. Look at the most successful people in the world. Are they the ones mindlessly checking their phones? Are they the ones lost in endless distractions? No. They are the ones who have mastered the art of focus. They protect their time like it's their most valuable asset, because it is. Think about this. Every time you allow yourself to be distracted, you're making a trade. You're trading a moment of deep work for a moment of shallow entertainment. You're trading a step toward your goals for a step in the wrong direction. And over time, these tiny distractions add up. They shape your habits, and your habits shape your life. Start with discipline, eliminate what doesn't serve you, turn off unnecessary notifications, set boundaries with technology, create an environment where focus thrives. Because at the end of the day, the quality of your life will be determined by the quality of your focus. If you want to achieve something great, you need to protect your mind from distractions like your future depends on it. Because it does. Distractions are more than just small interruptions in your day. They are the silent thieves of your time, energy, and potential. They don't just delay your progress, they actively pull you away from what truly matters, diluting your focus and weakening your discipline. We often think of distractions as minor inconveniences: an unexpected phone call, a sudden email notification, or a social media feed that consumes a few extra minutes. But distractions are far more dangerous than that. They don't just take a few minutes, they steal momentum. They break your rhythm, making it harder to get back into deep, meaningful work. We live in a world designed to keep us distracted. Every app, every platform, every notification is engineered to capture and hold our attention. Companies invest billions of dollars to ensure that you stay engaged with their content instead of focusing on your own growth. Think about it. How often have you sat down to work on an important task only to find yourself minutes later scrolling through social media, lost in an endless loop of videos, memes, and news updates? That wasn't an accident. It was intentional. Tech companies have figured out how to hijack your attention using algorithms that keep you hooked, notifications that spark curiosity, and endless streams of content that make it difficult to turn away. They know that the longer they keep you distracted, the more they can profit from your inattention. But what they gain comes at a cost to you. Every time you get distracted, you're not just wasting a few seconds. You're losing valuable time that could have been spent building something meaningful, learning a new skill, improving yourself, or working toward a dream. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. But every time you give in to a distraction, you're weakening that muscle. Imagine an athlete who constantly interrupts their training to check their phone or respond to messages. Would they ever reach their full potential? Of course not, because peak performance requires uninterrupted focus. The same principle applies to you. If you allow distractions to control your time, you will never build the discipline necessary for success. You will find yourself jumping from task to task, never fully committing to anything, always struggling to make real progress. The ability to focus deeply is one of the most valuable skills in the modern world. It's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who simply drift through life. And that ability is developed through discipline. The discipline to ignore distractions, to stay on task, to push through discomfort, and to commit fully to what matters. Think about the moments when you've been deeply focused on something important. Maybe you were working on a project, reading a book, or learning a new skill, and then suddenly a distraction pulls you away. How long does it take you to get back into that deep focus? Studies show that it can take anywhere from 10 to 25 minutes to regain full concentration after an interruption. That means a single moment of distraction doesn't just cost you a few seconds, it can ruin an entire session of productivity. Now, imagine that happening multiple times a day, every day. How much of your time is being wasted? How many opportunities are being lost simply because you allow distractions to control you? It's not just about time, it's about potential. Every time you let yourself get distracted, you're choosing to delay your progress. You're choosing comfort over growth. And over time, those small choices add up. The most successful people in the world have one thing in common. They protect their time and focus relentlessly. They don't allow distractions to dictate their lives. They take control of their environment, their habits, and their mindset. Identify your biggest distractions. Take note of what steals your time the most. Is it social media, emails, unnecessary meetings? Once you know your weak points, you can take steps to eliminate them. Create a focused environment. Your surroundings play a huge role in your ability to focus. Remove distractions from your workspace. Keep your phone out of reach. Use tools that block distracting websites. Set yourself up for success. Train your mind to resist distractions. Discipline is a habit. The more you practice resisting distractions, the stronger your focus will become. Start small, set a timer, and commit to deep work for just 30 minutes at a time. Gradually increase it. Prioritize what truly matters. Every time you get distracted, ask yourself, is this helping me reach my goals, or is it pulling me away from them? If it's not contributing to your growth, let it go. Set boundaries. Let people know when you are in deep work mode. Silence unnecessary notifications. Establish routines that protect your most productive hours. Be intentional with your time. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Use it wisely. Every hour wasted on distractions is an hour you will never get back. At the end of the day, your success is determined by what you focus on. The difference between those who achieve great things and those who remain stuck is not intelligence or talent, it's focus. If you allow distractions to control your life, you will always struggle to reach your full potential. But if you take control, if you eliminate what doesn't serve you, if you discipline your mind, if you commit fully to what matters, you will unlock a level of success that most people never experience. The choice is yours. Will you let distractions steal your future, or will you take control and claim the life you were meant to live? In today's world, attention is the most valuable currency. The companies that control your attention control everything, your habits, your decisions, your time. And make no mistake, they are working tirelessly to keep you engaged, to keep you scrolling, to keep you distracted from what truly matters. Social media platforms, streaming services, news outlets, and countless apps are not just passively offering entertainment, they are engineered to be addictive. Every notification, every suggested video, every algorithm is designed with one goal in mind: to keep you hooked for as long as possible. The longer you stay, the more money they make. But here's the problem. Every moment you spend caught in these distractions is a moment lost from building your own life, your own dreams, your own success. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to lose an hour just mindlessly scrolling on your phone? You might pick it up to check one message, and suddenly you're deep into a rabbit hole of videos, articles, and posts that don't contribute anything meaningful to your life. The biggest tech companies in the world have entire teams of behavioral psychologists working to make their platforms as addictive as possible. They use the same principles that casinos use: random rewards, bright colors, endless scrolling, to hijack your brain's dopamine system. Every like, every notification, every new post is a tiny hit of pleasure, conditioning you to keep coming back for more. And the worst part, they don't just want your attention, they want your time, your focus, your energy. Because the more time you spend consuming, the less time you spend creating. The more time you waste watching other people's lives, the less time you have to build your own. Every distraction comes with a cost, but the price you pay isn't always obvious. You don't immediately feel the impact of losing 10 minutes here or 30 minutes there. But over time, those moments add up. Imagine if every day you lose just 2 hours to distractions, scrolling, notifications, unnecessary browsing. That's 14 hours a week, 56 hours a month. That's nearly 700 hours a year, almost a full month of your life gone. The scariest part isn't just the time lost, it's the mental toll distractions take. Studies show that frequent interruptions reduce your ability to focus even when you're not being distracted. Your brain becomes wired for short bursts of attention, making it harder to do deep, meaningful work. This is why so many people struggle to concentrate, why they feel anxious when they're not on their phones, why they can't sit still with their own thoughts. So how do you escape? How do you take back control of your attention in a world designed to steal it? Become aware of the manipulation. The first step is understanding that these distractions aren't random. They are carefully crafted to keep you engaged. Once you recognize the tricks being used against you, you can start fighting back. Reduce your digital consumption. Start tracking how much time you actually spend on distractions. Most people drastically underestimate it. Use tools to limit your screen time, set app restrictions, and disable non-essential notifications. Replace consumption with creation. Every minute spent consuming is a minute not spent creating. Instead of passively watching content, start building something, writing, learning a new skill, working on a goal. Shift from being a consumer to a creator. Reclaim your focus. Train yourself to do deep work. Set aside dedicated, uninterrupted time for important tasks. Turn off distractions. Work in focused sprints and practice mindfulness to strengthen your ability to concentrate. Design your environment for focus. Your surroundings play a huge role in your ability to resist distractions. Keep your workspace clean, keep your phone away while working, and create a daily routine that prioritizes deep work over mindless browsing. At the end of the day, the most valuable thing you have is your attention. What you focus on, you become. If your attention is constantly being pulled in 100 different directions, you will always feel scattered, lost, and unfulfilled. But if you learn to direct your focus toward what truly matters, you will accomplish things most people only dream about. The world will continue to fight for your attention. Distractions will always be there, tempting you, pulling you away from your purpose. But the choice is yours. Will you give your time, your energy, your focus to things that don't serve you? Or will you take control, reclaim your mind, and start building the life you were meant to live? Because in the end, your attention isn't just being stolen, it's being sold. The question is, are you willing to buy it back? Success is not determined by intelligence alone. It's not about being the most talented, the most gifted, or even the hardest worker. The truth is, the most accomplished people in the world are those who have mastered the ability to focus. They understand that time and energy are their most valuable resources, and they protect them relentlessly. We often admire successful people for their brilliance, but if you look closer, you'll see that what truly sets them apart is their discipline. They have the ability to cut out distractions, prioritize what matters, and commit to deep, meaningful work. It's not about working harder, it's about working with intention. The reason so many people fail to reach their full potential is not because they lack intelligence or talent, it's because they lack focus. They spend their days reacting instead of creating. Their attention is constantly being pulled in different directions. Emails, notifications, social media, endless entertainment. They wake up with a plan, but end the day wondering where all their time went. Every moment spent distracted is a moment stolen from your future. But because these distractions come in small doses, a quick check of the phone, a short break to browse the internet, they don't seem harmful. Yet over time, these tiny distractions add up, shaping habits that keep people stuck in mediocrity. The difference between those who achieve great things and those who remain average is simple. The successful protect their focus. Neuroscientists have found that deep focus, also known as deep work, is one of the most important factors for high achievement. When you engage in deep work, your brain enters a state of heightened productivity, allowing you to solve complex problems, develop new skills, and create meaningful work at a rapid pace. But the problem is, most people never reach this state because they don't train their minds to focus. Every time you allow a distraction to interrupt you, your brain rewires itself to expect interruptions. This makes it harder to concentrate, reduces your ability to think critically, and weakens your discipline over time. On the other hand, those who master their focus experience a compound effect of success. The more they concentrate, the more they accomplish. The more they accomplish, the more motivated they become. And as they continue this cycle, they pull further and further ahead of those who remain trapped in distraction. If success belongs to those who master their focus, the question is, how can you train yourself to become one of them? You cannot focus if your environment is constantly pulling you away from your work. Identify the biggest distractions in your life: social media, email, unnecessary meetings, background noise, and eliminate them. Turn off non-essential notifications. Set your phone to do not disturb mode while working. Create a workspace that encourages deep concentration. Every distraction you remove increases your ability to focus. Not all tasks are created equal. The most successful people don't just work hard, they work on the right things. Start each day by identifying your top priorities. What are the 3 most important things you need to accomplish today? Focus on those before anything else. Just like a muscle, your ability to focus strengthens with practice. Start small, commit to 30 minutes of uninterrupted deep work each day. Gradually increase that time as you build your mental endurance. Use techniques like the Pomodoro method, working in focused sprints with breaks in between, or time blocking, scheduling dedicated deep work sessions into your day. The goal is to retrain your brain to stay focused for longer periods, making deep work your default state. Your time is your most valuable asset. Successful people protect it with intensity. If something does not align with your goals, learn to say no. Be selective about the commitments you take on. Not every email needs an immediate response. Not every invitation deserves a yes. The more you say no to distractions, the more time you have for what truly matters. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. The most disciplined people begin their mornings with purpose. They avoid checking their phones first thing. They engage in activities that strengthen their focus: meditation, journaling, exercise. And they set clear intentions for the day. If the first thing you do in the morning is consume distractions, you've already lost control of your focus before the day even starts. Yeah. Look at the highest achievers in any field: athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, scientists. What do they all have in common? It's not just raw talent. It's not just intelligence. It's their ability to focus for long periods without giving in to distractions. The truth is, talent without focus is wasted potential. Hard work without direction leads to burnout. But when you combine discipline with deep focus, you become unstoppable. The difference between those who achieve extraordinary things and those who don't is simple. Successful people focus on what matters and ignore what doesn't. At the end of your life, you will remember the hours you spent scrolling on your phone or mindlessly consuming distractions. You'll remember the things you built, the goals you achieved, and the impact you made. So the question is, are you going to let distractions steal your potential, or will you take control, master your focus, and create the success you were meant for? Because in the end, success doesn't belong to the smartest, the luckiest, or the most talented. It belongs to those who master their focus. Distractions are more than just minor inconveniences. They are silent thieves robbing you of your most valuable resources: your time, your opportunities, and your mental clarity. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention. Social media notifications, endless news cycles, streaming services, and mindless browsing have become the default state for many people. But what few realize is that every moment spent distracted is a moment stolen from their future. Every time you check your phone instead of working on your goals, every time you let a notification pull you away from deep focus, Every time you allow yourself to be consumed by distractions instead of being intentional about your time, you are making a choice that shapes your destiny. Time is the one resource you can never replace. You can earn more money, gain more knowledge, or rebuild lost relationships, but you can never get back time that has been wasted. Think about this. If you waste just 2 hours a day on distractions, scrolling social media, watching meaningless videos, consuming content that doesn't add value, that adds up to 14 hours a week. That's nearly 56 hours a month. Over the course of a year, that's over 700 hours, almost an entire month gone. Now, imagine what you could achieve with an extra month each year. Imagine the skills you could develop, the projects you could complete, the progress you could make toward your dreams. But most people don't think about it this way. They don't see the gradual erosion of their potential. They assume a few minutes here and there don't matter until they look back years later and wonder why they haven't moved forward. Every distraction pulls you away from something more important, but the real danger is that you may never realize what you're missing. That business idea you never started because you were too busy watching Netflix. That book you never wrote because you were always checking social media. That job opportunity you overlooked because you were distracted by things that didn't matter. Opportunities don't always announce themselves. They come quietly, often requiring you to be present, focused, and ready. But if you're always distracted, those opportunities will pass you by without you even noticing. The most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are simply the most focused. They recognize opportunities because they are paying attention. They seize them because they are ready. What opportunities are you missing right now simply because you're too distracted to see them? Beyond wasted time and lost opportunities, distractions also have a profound effect on your brain. Studies show that frequent interruptions reduce your ability to focus, weaken your memory, and make it harder to process information. When you constantly switch between tasks, checking your phone, responding to notifications, browsing random websites, you are training your brain to be fragmented. You are teaching yourself to operate in a constant state of shallow thinking instead of deep, meaningful work. Over time, this weakens your ability to concentrate, making it harder to achieve the level of focus necessary for true success. It's why so many people struggle with productivity, why they feel overwhelmed despite being busy, and why they never seem to make real progress toward their goals. If distractions are stealing your time, your opportunities, and your mental clarity, how do you fight back? How do you reclaim control of your attention in a world designed to steal it? Distractions thrive on accessibility. If your phone is always within reach, you'll check it. If social media is always open in another tab, you'll click on it. The best way to fight distractions is to eliminate them before they even become an option. Set your phone to do not disturb while working. Use website blockers to prevent yourself from mindlessly browsing. Designate specific times for checking social media or emails instead of constantly reacting to them. Create an environment where focus is the default, not the exception. Success isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. And the smartest way to work is to engage in deep work, long periods of uninterrupted, high focus productivity. Set dedicated time blocks for deep work. Start small, 30 minutes of intense focus followed by a break, and gradually increase your capacity. Your brain, like any muscle, gets stronger with practice. The more you train yourself to work without distractions, the easier it becomes to enter a state of flow where you produce your best work effortlessly. Every moment wasted on distractions is a moment you will never get back. That's why you must protect your time with intensity. Be intentional with how you spend your days, because how you spend your days is how you spend your life. At the end of your life, you won't look back and remember the hours you spent mindlessly scrolling or binge watching TV. You'll remember the things you built, the goals you achieved, and the impact you made. Distractions will always be there. The world will always try to steal your attention. But the choice is yours. Or will you take control, master your focus, and create the future you were meant to live? Because in the end, every distraction comes with a cost, and the price you pay is your future. Discipline is what separates the successful from the mediocre. It is the force that drives people to push beyond their impulses, ignore distractions, and focus on what truly matters. Without discipline, distractions will control you. They will dictate how you spend your time, where your energy goes, and ultimately, the trajectory of your life. In a world full of noise, distractions are the biggest enemy of success. They come disguised as entertainment, social obligations, and mindless habits. And while they may seem small and insignificant in the moment, over time they add up, stealing your potential, weakening your focus, and keeping you trapped in a cycle of unfulfilled goals and wasted opportunities. If you want to achieve greatness, you must train yourself to eliminate distractions and build unshakable concentration. And the only way to do that is through discipline. Distraction is easy. It requires no effort. It preys on convenience and comfort. Anyone can waste hours scrolling through social media, binge watching shows, or engaging in activities that do not contribute to their growth. And the worst part, these distractions don't feel harmful at first. They provide momentary pleasure, a temporary escape, a false sense of productivity. But what starts as an occasional indulgence quickly becomes a habit, and habits shape our lives. Discipline, on the other hand, is difficult. It requires effort, consistency, and self-control. It means choosing long-term success over short-term gratification. It demands that you stay focused even when distractions tempt you, even when no one is watching, even when it's uncomfortable. And that is why discipline is so rare, because it requires a conscious decision every single day to prioritize your goals over your impulses. Because distractions will always be there. The world is full of noise, temptation, and excuses. But those who rise above it, the ones who achieve greatness, are the ones who refuse to let distractions define their lives. Distractions are not just interruptions, they are a form of control. Every time you allow a distraction to steal your attention, you are giving away a piece of your life, your time, your focus, your energy. If you don't master your focus, someone else will control your time, and with it, your destiny. Think about it. The most valuable commodity in the world today is not gold, oil, or even money. It's your attention. Every social media platform, every streaming service, every marketer, and every piece of digital content is competing for a slice of your focus. Why? Because where your attention goes, your life follows. The truth is simple. If you don't take control of your focus, the world will do it for you. Most people don't realize the true cost of distraction. They assume that spending a few minutes here and there on social media, checking emails, or indulging in entertainment doesn't really make a difference. But distractions don't just steal time, they steal momentum, discipline, and potential. Every moment you spend on distractions is a moment not spent on your goals. Every time you give in to an impulse, you are reinforcing habits that weaken your ability to focus. And over time, these small moments add up to a lifetime of missed opportunities. Imagine you waste just 2 hours a day on distractions, mindless scrolling, watching unnecessary content, or engaging in pointless conversations. That's 14 hours a week, 56 hours a month, and nearly 700 hours a year. That's almost a month of your year gone, wasted on things that add no value to your life. The problem isn't that we don't have enough time, it's that we waste the time we have. When you let distractions dictate how you spend your time, you are essentially handing over control of your life to whoever or whatever is distracting you. If social media controls your focus, then tech companies are dictating how you think and what you pay attention to. If emails and notifications control your schedule, then other people's priorities are taking precedence over yours. If entertainment controls your habits, then you are consuming instead of creating, watching life happen instead of making it happen. Successful people own their time. They are intentional about what they focus on, they decide what matters, and they guard their attention with discipline. Ask yourself, who is in control of your time right now? Is it you? Is it someone else? Focus is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. But the opposite is also true. The more you allow distractions to take over, the weaker your ability to concentrate becomes. Every time you interrupt deep work to check your phone, you are training your brain to be fragmented. You are teaching yourself to seek short bursts of dopamine instead of real achievement. Over time, this makes it harder to focus, harder to be productive, and harder to achieve anything meaningful. The most successful people in the world guard their mental energy like their life depends on it, because it does. The difference between extraordinary people and ordinary people is not intelligence, luck, or resources. It is the ability to control distractions and focus relentlessly on what truly matters. If distractions are stealing your time, your potential, and your control over your own life, how do you fight back? If you don't define what matters, distractions will decide for you. Start every day with a clear sense of what you need to accomplish. Write down your long-term vision and remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Clarity kills distractions. When you know exactly what you want, it's easier to say no to everything that doesn't align with your goals. Distractions thrive on accessibility. If your phone is always within reach, you will check it. If social media is always open in another tab, you will click on it. Most people can't focus for long periods because they never train themselves to. If you want to master your focus, you have to practice. If you want to take back control of your life, you have to take back control of your time. Learn to say no to distractions, obligations, and people who pull you away from your priorities. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one question: who is in control of your life? Are you consciously choosing how you spend your time? Or are you letting distractions, entertainment, and other people's agendas dictate your destiny? If you don't eliminate distractions, they will eliminate your potential. Your ability to control distractions determines your ability to control your life. So the question is, will you let distractions steal your future, or will you take back control and build the life you were meant to live? At the end of the day, the battle against distraction is a battle for control. Control over your time, your focus, and ultimately, your life. Every moment you allow distractions to take over, you are giving away a piece of your future. But the good news is, you have the power to take it back. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones with the most talent or resources. They are the ones who master their focus. They protect their time, eliminate distractions, and stay committed to their vision no matter what. So ask yourself, who is in control of your time? Are you intentionally shaping your future, or are distractions shaping it for you? The choice is yours, but remember, your focus determines your destiny. Guard it, train it, master it, because those who control their focus control their lives. Thank you.